Did you know that nearly 1 billion people worldwide suffer from some form of sleep apnea? And the crazy part? The vast majority of them are walking around completely undiagnosed. Welcome to This Explainer. If you're tuning in, you probably know that awful feeling of waking up just totally exhausted. And you're likely dreading the idea of being hooked up to a CPAP machine every single night. Look, it's a super common fear. But hey, I've got some good news for you. Today, we're exploring 12 actionable, natural remedies to actually improve your sleep quality. We're talking practical, real-world steps you can take right at home to help stabilize your breathing and finally reclaim your rest. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. It is literally the #1 question we hear. Can sleep apnea actually be managed without a machine? Well, the honest answer, based on the research, is yes. But there's a catch. If you've got a mild case or if your apnea is strictly positional, you can absolutely see some massive improvements with the right lifestyle changes. And the whole goal of this explainer is to show you exactly how to do that. However, and this is a big however, it is vital to know upfront that moderate to severe cases, they still absolutely require medical intervention.
So here is our roadmap for today. We're going to start by decoding sleep apnea, then we'll look at optimizing your sleep setup, exploring some lifestyle tweaks that actually work, strengthening your airway, going over some common mistakes to avoid, and finally, we'll talk about when it's time to seek medical help. Section 1. Decoding sleep apnea. Understanding the basics.
Okay, so sleep apnea isn't just about making really loud, annoying noises at night. It's actually a condition where your breathing repeatedly slows down or straight up stops during sleep, all because the airway becomes too narrow or entirely collapses. That airway collapse, that is the root villain here. When that happens, you get the loud snoring, the horrible dry mouth, those annoying morning headaches, and that heavy, dragging daytime fatigue. So the main goal of literally any natural remedy we discuss today is simply this: keeping that airway stabilized and open.
Section 2. Optimizing your sleep setup. Instant bedtime fixes.
Building a solid foundation for better sleep can literally start tonight. There's a powerful synergy to these habits. First, sleeping on your side is incredibly effective for positional apnea because it stops gravity from pulling your airway closed. Grab a body pillow, it's fantastic for locking you into that safe position. Combine that with keeping your nasal passages clear using saline rinses or a good humidifier. Why does that matter? Because if your nose is blocked, you're forced to mouth breathe, which drastically increases airway resistance and makes snoring so much worse. Add in a supportive pillow to keep your neck aligned, make sure your room is cool, dark, and allergen-free, and you instantly reduce a ton of strain on your breathing.
Section 3. Lifestyle tweaks that work. Habits to breathe better.
Now, what's really interesting here is that these 3 steps offer some of the absolute most effective long-term strategies for mild sleep apnea. Maintaining a healthy weight directly takes the physical pressure off, specifically that excess tissue around your neck and upper airway. And when you pair that with just 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week, you aren't just burning calories, you are actually strengthening your cardiovascular system and the exact muscles involved in breathing. Oh, and quitting smoking? That is absolutely crucial because smoking irritates your airways, causing inflammation, swelling, and extra mucus that just makes nighttime airflow incredibly difficult.
Continuing with our lifestyle tweaks, we really have to look at what you need to avoid. You might genuinely believe a quick nightcap helps you sleep. It's a super common myth, but the reality? Alcohol actually over-relaxes the muscles in your throat, directly increasing the chances of your airway collapsing. Unprescribed sedatives? They do the exact same thing. And finally, managing acid reflux by avoiding those huge late-night meals is surprisingly impactful. Acid reflux actually irritates the throat, making breathing highly uncomfortable and totally disrupting your sleep cycle.
Section 4. Strengthening your airway. Mouth and throat exercises.
And this brilliantly illustrates the level of dedication required for this next method. Oropharyngeal exercises, which is just a fancy term for actively pressing your tongue to the roof of your mouth or practicing specific vowel sounds, are designed to tone up your soft palate and throat muscles. It's like a workout for your airway. But as the timeline shows, this is not an overnight fix. It requires a solid daily commitment of 10 to 15 minutes. Stick with it, and you'll likely start seeing noticeable initial improvements around 6 weeks, with the maximum gradual benefits for mild apnea really showing up around the 12-week mark. Consistency here is the whole game.
Section 5. Common mistakes to avoid. Don't ignore the signs.
So the crucial point here is that there is absolutely no single silver bullet. A huge mistake people make is trying some random remedy for 2 days and then giving up when it doesn't magically cure them. You really have to match your specific home remedy to the actual root cause of your sleep apnea. Think about it. If your issue is muscle relaxation from a nightly glass of wine, well, a body pillow isn't going to fix that. Cutting the alcohol will. If the root cause is airway pressure, weight management is your main tool. You have to tailor the approach to your own specific body.
Section 6. When to seek medical help. Recognize severe signs.
Let's compare these symptoms directly. On one side, we have mild or positional symptoms. Maybe you're snoring only when you're flat on your back, or you're feeling just a little bit tired during the day. Home remedies are fantastic for this. But you really need to watch out for the severe warning signs. If you are waking up gasping or choking, if you're experiencing excessive, totally debilitating daytime sleepiness, or if you have high blood pressure, those are massive red flags. This points to moderate or severe sleep apnea. At that stage, home care is simply no longer enough, and leaving it untreated significantly spikes your risk for heart disease and strokes.
If you find yourself kind of bridging that gap between mild and severe, please start by tracking your symptoms. Keep a simple sleep diary to monitor your snoring, morning headaches, and what seems to make things better or worse. Don't give up on those healthy habits too early, but if those severe symptoms persist, you really need a professional evaluation. Services like CPAP RX actually provide FDA-approved home sleep testing and expert support right from your house. This lets you scientifically determine whether you actually need CPAP therapy, an oral appliance, or other medical options to get your health back on track.
I want to leave you with a powerful thought. The goal here is to improve your symptoms safely, not to just guess your way through a condition that literally stops your breathing every single night. Natural home remedies are an incredibly empowering starting point for mild cases, for sure, but they should never replace vital medical care when your body is actively sending out SOS signals. So, I have to ask you, are you going to keep guessing your way through exhausting nights? Are you ready to take safe, measurable steps toward the true restorative sleep you actually deserve?